What's up, everybody? First things first, I want to say thank you for getting me to 12,000 subscribers. That's pretty awesome because it was just like 3 weeks ago that we were at 11,000 subscribers. It's been an amazing last couple months. And again, thank you to each and every one of you who have subscribed to the channel in the past, who are new subscribers. I really, really appreciate it. And now we're going to do a giveaway tonight to kind of commemorate that, or thank you all for the 12,000 subscribers. We're going to give away a hoodie. Don't have a ton of those left. I've sold a few, gave a few away, stuff like that. But we're going to give one of those away tonight. And we're actually up to we hit 12,000, I don't know, a couple hours ago, and we're almost at 12,050 or 12,070. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but we're actually up pretty far above that, just considering how fast we hit that. And we're moving on to the 13,000 subscriber mark. I do want to give you all an update on that. The Tundra wireless charging tray has shipped, so we will receive that before we hit 13,000 subscribers, unless something really crazy happens tonight, because usually when that ships from Myrtle Beach, that's where Sparks Parts is located. And if you want to order one of these or any Tundra parts, you can use discount code GearRunner at Sparks Parts to save 5%. But usually when they ship me something, I usually get it the next day. So I fully expect that to arrive tomorrow, no later than Friday. So the 13,000 subscriber giveaway is on its way. Just want to let y'all know that, a little heads up. Already behind on the comments. See what we got. Rob Motive, what's up, buddy? How is it going? You gonna pull a tiny home with that Tundra? You gonna hook it behind it and see how far it go? I think you could actually pull one a little bigger. I got a buddy that has a Dodge Ram. Don't try this at home, but his is, I forget what his is rated for, but he tows like 7,000 or 8,000 more pounds than what it's rated for. Carl C says, howdy. What's up, Carl? How's it going, buddy? What's up, Gear? What's going on, Scott? Rob says howdy again. Bean is doing some alien eyes or something. I don't know what Bean's doing, but hey, Bean, what's going on, buddy? Chad, hey, Gear, what's up? Not much, Chad, not much. Just chillaxing here a little bit at the house. Getting ready for the second half of the week. First half is over, thank goodness. Worked pretty hard this week. Been pretty tired, actually. Shot about 4 or 5 videos this week, so we're good for the upcoming week. Also, don't forget about my second channel. It's called Guns with Gear. May be demonetized. I don't know for saying that, but I'm going to promote it. Guns with Gear. Second B, it's my B channel. Go check that out. Go subscribe to that. I think I've got 3 or 4 videos up. Don't want to set how many videos I'm going to do a week on that. I've got a few more things coming up, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. But I know there'll be at least 1 video, possibly 2 on that channel a week. So I've got several gun videos already shot that I didn't upload on this channel after YouTube did what they did. So I have a lot of stuff already shot. Some of it's even edited, like the one I put up today. There's a new video over there today. It was actually already even edited, so all I had to do was upload it and then put my tags in and stuff like that. So several of them's done. So I would say as long as it's like that, there'll be at least 2 videos up a week. Not sure what days I'm going to do it. Probably Wednesday will be one of them because I don't post a video on here on Wednesday, but I'm not sure what the other day is. It may be Saturday, it may be Friday. I'm not sure about that yet, but there'll probably be 2 for at least a little while. And hopefully by the time that happens, summertime will be here and I can actually get out and do some shooting. Another update. The Tundra underseat storage and the Jeep inner fenders are still sitting back in the room. It's last weekend. It rained and was cold all weekend. Actually even snowed some. So it ain't like I could get out and install it then. And by the time I get off work, I've literally got like 2 hours. And it's going to take me longer than 2 hours to install that while shooting a video. So if a weekend will ever get good, I'll do it. Or if the days get longer, I'll do it. Probably won't be this weekend because Super Bowl Sunday. Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. All right. Hope y'all having big party plans. We always have a small party here, invite some friends and family and stuff like that. Usually have pizza or something, some appetizers, stuff like that. But I'm curious. In the comment section, tell me who you think's going to win, Kansas City or San Francisco. My pick is Kansas City. Never been a big San Francisco fan. Not even when Joe Montana and Steve Young and Jerry Rice were there. I like Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. I just didn't like the 49ers. Still don't. So I'm pulling for Kansas City. So let's see what we got here. Didn't know you had a Chris Reeves. I love that knife, butter smooth. I've owned a Chris Reeves for quite a while now, and I carry that thing every single day. I beat on that knife, man. I do. I mean, I know that's an expensive knife, but I do not take that knife is scratched all to pieces. The titanium handle scales are scratched all to pieces. That knife has literally cut tires off rims. It's scraped gaskets off engines. You would not believe how I've abused that knife, and it's still, other than the scratches on it, almost looks brand new. And sharpening it with the wicked edge like I did yesterday, it keeps those edges symmetrical, and it really gives it like a factory look on the edge. So I could send the knife back to Chris Reeves. They could bead blast the scales. The knife would look brand new, and I have abused it. I actually traded one of my buddies for it, and he abused it as well. So that knife has been through the mill and still holding up. And I think it's just barely under 50 or over 50% lockup. So it's probably around 60, 65% lockup. But if you've ever handled a Chris Reeves Sabenza, they're about 50% or more from the factory anyway. So I'm not even sure that it's even moved. But I have abused that knife, and it's took it. You just made me put Rob's reliability on hold. Hey, I appreciate you coming here. You can always go back to Rob's video. You can always do that. And while we're all here, let me give a big shout out to Rob Motive. Go check him out. Tacoma on the way, maybe this coming week. I think this coming week is when it's due. It's either this week or next week. February the 7th, I believe, is when it is. It's supposed to be in San Antonio. Hope that happens. Don't know if it will, but we're hoping. It's been a long 5 months. That would have drove me crazy. But go check him out to see if that Tacoma comes in. Also, go check out your Real Estate Whisperer. I don't know if she's on here or not. She was last week. Check out the Board Woodworker. Both have great channels. The Real Estate Whisperer is just, I mean, her channel is taken off. Them tiny homes, man. Woo, people like those things. It's amazing. I would never buy one. All right. I would never buy one because they start out at like $60,000. And then you're going to buy a truck to pull it with. And like Rob said today, you're going to have $100,000 to $120,000 in a truck and a tiny home. Where I live, for $120,000, you can buy a house. Now, it's not a huge house, but you can buy a house. Probably 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. I mean, you can buy a house for $120,000. So before I would buy a tiny home, I'd just buy a home. Now, some places aren't like that. You move out to California, the same house here that would cost $120,000 would probably be $300,000, $350,000. So I understand if you do it out there. But here, ain't no way I don't want a tiny home. What up, Gear? What up, Tony? How's it going, buddy? Eric says, hey, what's up? What's up, Eric? How are you doing on this lovely Wednesday? Maz, sup, Gear? Congrats. Thank you very, very much. I greatly appreciate it. That 1,000 subscribers went by quick. I was amazed. And again, thank you all that wasn't on here earlier when I thanked everybody for that. It's been an amazing couple months. I look back on December the 11th, we hit 10,000 subscribers. And on January the 29th, we hit 12,000. And we're still moving pretty quick now. So pretty soon, if it keeps going like this, in about 3 weeks, we'll probably be giving away a charging tray. As soon as we get to that 13,000 subscriber mark, we'll be giving that bad boy away. And it jumped on me. But I see people's rooting for the 49ers. Man, I'm way behind. There we go. Got it. This thing jumps. If y'all don't do YouTube, you don't understand. But I know Rob does. You'll be reading through the comments, and all of a sudden it just flies to the bottom, and you lose everything. It's crazy. See here. What's up, Gear? What's up, Smoke? How's it going, buddy? You need a second device, Mark. Turn on the lamp. It might be a bit nice. No, when I turn on the lamp, it fades me out. So I have to turn it off. We run into that problem before. And I was just talking to my wife a little while ago that we need better lighting, or I need one of those big lighting things. And we'll get into that here in just a minute. I got some news. Hey, Andy. Hey, Rob. What's up, Bob? How's it going, buddy? I'm going to pull 2 tiny homes behind my Tundra. Where are you going to pull them to? Don't you say my house. Got to X out of that because that showed up. All right. Howdy, Bob. Good luck, Rob. Hi, Gear. What's up, Bean? How's it going, buddy? Hey, you Bean. G's with Gear. Exactly right. Guns with Gear. And that's my second channel. Y'all go check that out if you don't. I had so many people that was asking me to still do gun content, and I couldn't put it on here, that I just created a second channel. Like I said, don't know how much content will be on it. At least be 1 a week, probably 2. But it won't be as much as this. This is a lot of work to keep this channel going. And like I said, I must not like sleep because I have another one now, and I have an announcement with it. Hey, buddy, good to catch you tonight. Curtis, it's good to be here. Thank you for that's good. It's good to have you here. I'll get that out. I don't know why. It's good to be. I'm here every night, so I don't know why I said it's good to be here. But it's good to have you here, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. Hey, Rob. Hey, Maz. You need to move to a warmer climate. Amen, man. I do need to move to a warmer climate. It was like 50-some degrees here today, and I really find it really weird on how the human body works. Because in the summertime, when it's like 90 degrees and your body's used to that 90 degrees, if it hits 50, you freeze to death. Well, now that we had a 16-degree day one day this week, it hit 50, and I was walking around in short sleeve shirts and was almost sweating. It amazes me how your body flip-flops from that. And Rob can definitely understand that. After going to that warmer climate, it gets like 50 degrees there, and you see he's got a coat on and freezing. Sweetest Irish American. I'm having my Tundra lower 12-inch rhino line. I'm having my Tundra lower 12 inches rhino lined on the roof because I've been scratching the hell out of it going through the outback. Yeah, if you're scratching it, yeah, you might want to have it lowered a little bit. But 12 inches, good night. If I lowered mine 12 inches, it'd almost drag her ground. How big a lift have you got on it right now? I'm assuming it's lifted if you're going to lower it 12 inches. I'm glad it didn't snow here in I'm glad it didn't. It just flurried. And what didn't snow, it didn't lay or anything. It just flurried. San Fran. I stopped watching NFL a long time ago. I get it, Matt. I did too, and kind of got back into it a little bit. There's another 49ers. Not a fan. Just think it'll happen. Oh, okay. It's going to happen one way or the other. I'm wanting a Microtech LUDT. Those are awesome. My cousin just bought one of those. He's a law enforcement officer, and I don't know if y'all know this or not, but if you're law enforcement or EMT or some kind of first responder, firefighter, something like that, you get like a big discount through them. And he's got a couple of Microtechs. He's got an LUDT and what's the other one? I even had one of the other ones, and I can't remember what it's called now. Ultratech, and the LUDT is awesome. It's a good knife. That thing fires hard. Gear Runner, smoking the wall. Have you heard anything about the Tundra Crew Max being available with a longer bed in the future? That's the only thing that bums me out about the Tundra. I want to say this. I heard a rumor. I don't know if it's true. It's a rumor I heard that possible in the 2022 they could offer a Crew Max with a longer bed. I think it's like a 6.5 foot bed or something like that. I don't know that, but I did hear that rumor. I did hear it. Don't know if it's true, but I did hear it. So couple more years, we'll find out. I watched the video yesterday, and the guy was talking that he's not sure when they're going to, put the Tundra out there. He thinks they've got it done, and they've just not unveiled it. I don't know if they've got it done or not. I bet they've got it most of the way done, but I don't know why they'd prolong it that long unless they think the sales are going to be so high that they're not going to be able to keep up with demand until they get the Tacoma moved to Mexico. That's the only thing I figure out if it's done. I don't know, but I did hear that rumor. Hi from the gate capital of the world, Liberty, Kentucky, Pop 64, Kansas. Did I get it right? Liberty, Kentucky, Pop 64, Kansas. Welcome. I'm from Tennessee. I'm assuming that's Kansas. I don't know what the Pop 64 means. I was a 49er fan until they decided to get all political. Now I don't watch it. And that's another reason I'm not pulling for them. I get it. I'm not getting political, but I did not agree with what a certain football player did that played for the 49ers. I can't pull for them. San Francisco all the way, and it jumped on me again, and I was even reading it. Don't know on the game. I'm pulling for Kansas City, Bob. Pulling for Kansas City. String beans like, oh, Rob. 49ers. That's what a tool is for. I see so many Sabenzas a safe queen. Hurts my heart to see them not used. Glad you use yours. Makes me happy. I use everything I own. I've owned rifles that was over $10,000, and I would throw them in the back of my truck without them being in a bag. I mean, it's a tool. That's what it was made for. It wasn't made to baby. Feel the same way about my knives. I could never spend, in case y'all, and this isn't bragging by no means or anything, like I traded for this knife. I did not pay for this knife. I got it in a trade, which I view trade money different than I do real money. But a Sabenza will run you somewhere around $500, $550 for that knife. And there's no way that I could pay that kind of money for something like that and not use it. I couldn't do it. If I was going to do that, I would just buy a $25 or $50 knife and use it, because I can't see, just even my Strider, I use that knife. I just can't see anything being a safe queen. That's just the way. And if you collect knives or you collect guns and you don't use them like I do, that's totally fine. It's your money. I'm not saying you're wrong for doing it, or I'm right for doing it, or wrong for not doing it. I'm not saying that at all. It's your money, and you can spend it on what you want to, and you can do with whatever you buy, whatever you want to do. But in my eyes, I can't pay that and not get use out of it. So that's why I use mine. I guess San Francisco win. SB, I'm assuming that's SF 31-28. It could be that. Although you can't never count out Mahomes. Man, that playoff game he had to come back in was amazing. Did you try that golf ball trick on your hitch cap? I have not yet. Just haven't had time to do it. Been really crazy busy. Actually shot, I think, 3 videos yesterday and 1 today, and got a haircut today. Took off the garbage. Just a lot of stuff I had to do. And I said, I ain't had time, but I do plan on doing that. I actually plan on making a video about that. So I appreciate the idea. I just got to get a chance to do it. I have a lot of golf balls, though. I used to play a ton of golf, a ton. Now, I've not swung a golf club in about a year and a half. Thanks for the shout out, bud. Appreciate it. No problem. You are quite welcome. You like a knife with or without serrations? I do not like serrations. I use the Wicked Edge to sharpen mine. It's really hard to sharpen serrations, in my opinion. So I don't like serrations. That's just me. But I see where they have their place. I just don't like them. It's harder for me to sharpen them. That's the only reason. You need your daughter's makeup light ring. I know, right? I know. Me and my wife was just looking at that, actually. I don't believe Rob Truck can pull 2 tiny homes. Hey, you never know, man. Like I said, my buddy pulls a lot more than he has a Ram 2500 diesel, and it pulls a lot more than it's loaded or rated for. Cool ratcheting screwdriver on your guns with gear video. The holster, tool nut there. Yeah, I actually just picked it up at Walmart. I'm gonna tell you why or how I got it. I was selling a car, and I was meeting a person to drop it off, and they were bringing me the money, and I forgot I needed to take off my tag. So I just ran into Walmart and bought this little ratcheting screwdriver to take my tag off, and I have used the crap out of that thing. And to be a cheap little screwdriver, I've done some crazy stuff with it and put tons of torque on it. And I bet I've had that thing for like 4 or 5 years, and it still takes sticking. I've got a longer one too. It works just as well. They're Stanley. They work just as good as any screwdriver I've ever had. You know it's true, Bean. You know it's true. Hey, it jumped on me. Hey, Eddie Smallhorn. Eddie. What's up, buddy? How's it going? Hope you had a great Wednesday. Rob, Eddie. Yo, Rob. What up, Gear? Missed last week. Sean, that's perfectly fine, buddy. I appreciate you being here. I know people get busy. I get busy. Heck, sometimes I don't even have live streams. I get so busy. So I get it. I totally get it. Hey, it's Sean. Hello, String Bean. Hey, Rob and Bean. Go Tigers. Man, the Tigers wore them out. And I knew it would. I knew it happened. And the crazy thing is, I tried to watch that ball game. I did my best. I made it till just right past halftime. I fell asleep and woke up as they were taking knees. I was like, well, crap. I missed it. But I knew what was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I don't know much about a lot, but I watch a lot of college football. And I used to play a lot of them boards where you pick the winners. I won a lot of stuff off that. Hey, Eddie. That's not the ugly hoodie you're giving away tonight. They're making those illegal around here. Now, Sean, you like this one stays here because you'd probably wear it out, and I want you to be able to wash it. You'd never want to take this one off. Linda would like this too. And that's really the reason I don't want to give this away, because if Sean won it, it would cause such bad blood between him and Linda over them fighting on who got to wear it. I just wouldn't want to break up a happy home like that. You know, leading cause of divorce in the state of Tennessee is who gets to wear the Florida Gator shirt. It's a leading cause. So I don't want to. I would feel too guilty if I did that. I'd feel too guilty. So I can't do that. Pops Liberty, yes, you had it right. 64 is my age. Tartar Gate employees the whole town. Nice. Do you own any LT right knives? I have a skeleton and I love it. LT and his wife are great people. I do not. I used to own a ton of knives, and I don't own nowhere near as many as I used to. I don't know why. I sold a bunch of them off. I've got like 5 or 6. I've got a couple, 2 or 3. I think I've got 3 Emersons, a Strider, my Chris Reeves, a couple of Benchmades. That may be it. Let's see here. Thumbs up for Gear. Thank you very much, Tony. Yes, hit that thumbs up button. We've lost a few people on here, but you know, it is what it is. They don't want to win the hoodie. Maybe they'll be back. And guess what? I just hit the thumbs up, and I appreciate it. Mine's there. Thank you very, very much. A few things I want to go over. Told you I had some stuff that I was going to go over. Of course, we're giving away the hoodie. I went over, for anybody that's not here, the 13,000 subscriber giveaway when we do get there. We're got a full head of steam towards it. Has shipped, so I will receive it before we hit that. Unless we hit it tonight, I should receive it. So that Tundra wireless charging tray is on its way. Just make sure you keep that word of mouth out there. Make sure you keep doing what you're doing. Hit the thumbs up on the videos, leave comments. All that stuff helps. And we'll get there before you know it. We'll give one of those away. I want to say something. For those of y'all that follow me or subscribe to me on my second YouTube channel, or if you've ever left a comment or anything like that, I figured out the hardest part of having a second YouTube channel, at least for me. And that is knowing or remembering to switch to the other channel when I reply to the comments. Because normally I leave my phone, which is what I usually reply to comments on, I leave it on my main channel because that's where I get most of the comments, because I have most subscribers on there, you know, and the other channel's just taking off. So I leave it on here, and then I'll go back and periodically check my video, but I forget that I'm on my main channel. So if you get a comment from me on my B channel from my main channel, don't think nothing about it. I'm just stupid and forgot to switch over. It's still me. I'm still answering the comment. But one thing I figured out the dead giveaway is I always like give a thumbs up and heart the comment, unless it's a real rude comment or something, and then I leave my comment. And today I figured out I can thumbs up it, but there's no heart to give when I'm not on the right channel. But I still left 2 or 3 comments on the wrong channel. I don't know. It's a work in progress. I'm working on it. It's slowly coming around. I'm on your gear, Guns for Gears channel. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that very, very much. And like I said, if y'all like gun content and gear content, go check it out. That's all that's going to be on that channel is guns and gear, unless something crazy happens or something. But mainly guns and gear. I'll say that mainly will be guns and gear. So go check that out if you like guns and gear. But like I said, I had so many people asking me about doing gun content again. I had to make another channel. Let's see here. Told you about the Jeep and Tundra. Talked about that. Knife sharpening video. I posted a picture on Instagram yesterday of my Chris Reeves and laying on the sharpener that I sharpen it with. And a lot of people asked me what that sharpener was. I got some DMs and stuff like that through Instagram. I do have a video shot of that sharpener. Again, I traded for that from the same guy that I traded for the Chris Reeves knife. When you go look that sharpener up, you're going to have sticker shock. I would have never paid that for a knife sharpener. But like I said, I look at trade value, not as in a monetary value way. So if I'm trading for something I already own and I don't want it, and you've got something I need or want, I don't view it as paying the amount I paid for it, because I would like to have be rid of this anyway. But that is one of my favorite possessions because I cannot sharpen a knife freehand. I can't do it. I've tried it. There's an art to that, and I don't have it. So having that makes my life so much easier. I've even changed chisel grinds to true V grinds on Emerson CQC 7 knife. That's a Tonto blade. That's a chisel. I changed that to a true V grind. I've changed the edge profile of knives with that. It's amazing what you can do with that. And if you get a knife crazy sharp and you just need to touch it up, you can do that. I think that knife last night would not shave you at all. I mean, you could run your thumb up and down it and it had nothing. I abused that knife yesterday. And it's so sharp now in about 15 minutes worth of that sharpener that I can pluck one hair out of my wrist at a time with the tip. Just pluck one at a time. So if once you get the edge right on it and stuff like that, and you write down the book where it needs to be, easy to maintain. What we got here? It's okay, still you. Yeah, still me. It is, but it may not say guns with gear. It may say gear runner. But it is still me, and I just forget. And eventually I'll get to that, and I may do the same thing on Instagram. Who knows? I've not yet, but it's possible. But I'm doing it on here. I know I am, because I've done it like 6 times now. Not a big deal. I wouldn't think. Nah, I don't think it is either. Julio, what's up, buddy? How is it going? That sharpener is crazy expensive. It is. I think it's almost as much as the knife. I think the knife was like $500 or $550, and the sharpener is, depending on the options you get with the sharpener, it could be more expensive than the knife. I think there's actually one of them, if you get like everything with it, it's close to $1,000 for a knife sharpener. There again, I didn't pay that. I just want to throw it out there. I would, if I had to pay that out of my pocket, I would still not own that, and I would have a lot of dull knives. But if I told somebody one time, if the apocalypse happened, one thing I would grab would be that, because a knife is one of the most important things you can have in a survival situation. And I can't sharpen one. So if something bad happened, that would be something I would grab and take with me, because I'd be screwed if I didn't have it. Let's see here. Y'all trade big money items. Yeah, man. I mean, we have. I got that Chris Reeves in a trade for a Desert Tech. Now, that wasn't the only thing I got. but it was for a Desert Tech DTA rifle, and I don't know if y'all are familiar with that. But that rifle was stupid expensive, and I just didn't shoot it. I always buy. There's 2 rifles I buy that I always wind up getting rid of. An AK-47, and I love those things, but I never keep them. And anything long range, because I really don't have anywhere to shoot long range. So those are 2 things. If I buy, they'll be short lived in my life because they'll go elsewhere shortly because I just don't keep them. I don't know how many AKs I've owned, probably 10 to 15, and I own 0 right now. So they always find a new home, and I've owned probably 3 long range rifles that I had over $10,000 in each of them, and they're all gone too. I don't have any of those because I couldn't justify having something that expensive sitting in a gun safe that had been sitting there for 2 years, had this much dust on it, and hadn't been fired in 2 years. So I couldn't justify it. Got it gone, but I got a bunch of stuff for that rifle, and that Chris Reeves was one of them. You ever used the Spyderco sharpener? I have not, but I have a buddy that used that Spyderco Make Sharp or something like that, I think it's called. I don't know when you find the time for all you do. Kudos. Thanks, Sean. I guess I don't like sleep. Somebody at work today was talking to me and is like, "Why are you yawning?" I was like, "I got like 3 hours sleep last night." And they were like, "Man, I couldn't do it." I was like, "That's all I got." 3 hours. But speaking of that, let me go ahead and tell you what's next. My wife, now we've not ironed all this out. We've not ironed everything out and everything, but she's thinking about starting a couple of YouTube channels. One is she's wanting to start something like a top 10 or something like that, where she gives top 10 items for whatever it be. And the other one is a paranormal type thing. I will be involved in the paranormal one as well. We'll have to do some traveling for that. There's only so much paranormal stuff you can do here. Paranormal, my wife loves paranormal stuff. So she's wanting to get into that. We're trying to iron all that out. We'll have to get better camera equipment, maybe some night vision type stuff, cameras. I think she already has an EVP and stuff. So we'll have to do some traveling, go to these places, find out how we can get access to these places to do the videos in there. Like I said, I'll be a cameraman. I'll also be on camera some in that one. So that's kind of a joint adventure type thing. The other channel would be all hers, but don't know when that's going to take place, but that's what she came up with. That's what she wanted to do. I support her in everything she wants to do. So, there'll be a little more there for me. So it's kind of like having 2.5 channels now, but that's fine. I do enjoy going places like that. We've went to several ghost tours and paranormal things. I have some stories that I'm not going to tell here that I'll probably tell on that channel, that stuff I can't explain even to this day. I'm not a crazy believer in that thing. Nothing like that scares me or bothers me at all because I really don't believe in it. But there are things I cannot explain. And it always happens to me. Nothing ever happens to my wife. That's why she wants me in it, because I'm always the one that brings stuff back with me, as in attaching, or gets touched or sees something or gets a picture of something. I'm always the one that does that. So I would be the perfect candidate to be behind the camera because I'm going to catch everything apparently. But I'm not a firm believer in that. And maybe that's why stuff like that happens to me, because I don't believe in it. It's trying to make me. I don't know, but it's kind of freaky, a little freaky. What we got here? In the event of the zombie apocalypse, I'm driving to your house. Cool, man. I won't be here. I'll be at the house in North Carolina. But you're welcome to come. You're welcome to come over there too. But if you're coming here, You'll be all alone. Spooky channel. Yep, it'll be a spooky channel. Spyderco Sharp Maker, does your buddy like it? Here's pretty good. He does like it, but he butchered an Emerson with it. Holy crap, he butchered that knife. He tried to sell it for little or nothing, and I offered him even less because it would have took me forever to reprofile it. But he didn't sell it. But he butchered it. So I guess you kind of got to be. You can butcher a knife if you don't do it right with the wicked edge as well. I mean, I'll put the video up in a few days, or not a few days, probably next week or the week after, on how to use it and how to do it. But you can butcher it with it if you don't know what you're doing. But he really likes it. But that's the only knife, excuse me, he ever really messed up. But I don't know what he did wrong with it. But he did something wrong, I'll tell you that. Come down to South Texas, right by the border, a lot of paranormal stuff down here. And we may do that. We may do that. I would say the top things on our list right now, places to go. I think Brushy Mountain is a prison close to us. You can actually pay, I forget how much it is, and they'll let you spend the night there by yourself. So we'd have the whole place to ourselves, this rundown, closed prison. Then Charleston is only like 5 hours away, and they have tons of haunted stuff down there, but most of it's tours. So I don't know how you get access to that stuff without being with a group of people. We've done several of those. Now, the one tour we did was actually just me and Pam. We looked up. This is long before we ever thought about doing anything like this. But we looked up, and it was just me and her and the tour guide. It'd have been perfect if that's what we were wanting to do with stuff, like paranormal videos, because there was only 3 of us. But the last time we did one, there was like a group of 20. So you just never know what you're going to get. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I hear you used to burn kids with blowtorches while you tied up their parents and made them watch. What? No. Where's my moderators at? What? That's crazy. No. All right. Hopefully that did it. No, that's horrible. There we go. Scary. Yep, scary channel. We'll need a proton pack for containment. I know it, right? Don't look behind you. That stuff don't bother me. That would probably keep me up all night. If some of the stuff that happened to a lot of you guys that happened to me, it would make you think about it. I can tell you that, because I'll tell you one story, and I'll probably be shared on the channel too, but I'll tell you this one little story. I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth one day. The dog was sitting out in the bedroom waiting on me to get done, and I heard somebody go, "What you doing?" And this was after we went to the Charleston jail. Something actually touched my neck in the Charleston jail. It was a little freaky. Didn't scare me, but I was like, I looked around, there wasn't nothing there. I was like, that's weird. So a few weeks later, I was in there brushing my teeth, and something goes, "What you doing?" Just like that, same voice and everything. And I was like, I'm brushing my teeth. And I was thinking it was Pam, and I have an electric toothbrush. So I thought, you can hear me brushing my teeth. So I got done brushing my teeth, and I walked out, and the dog had this terrifying look on his face, and he was staring out through the hall. And that's where the voice come from. And I walked out in the hall and everything, and there was nobody else in the house. I heard it plain as day. It was just like I said it right there. It was so plain that I answered it. That's how plain it was. I answered it because I literally thought my wife was asking me what I was doing in some crazy voice. And the dog was just terrified. I mean, he wanted nothing to do with it. And I was like, that's really weird. So then I just went to bed. It doesn't really bother me. I can't explain what happened there. I don't know. I heard something, but I don't think it can hurt me, so I'm not worried about it. Even if it is real, don't think it hurt me. That would probably keep me up all night. I think we did that one. Let's see here. It jumped again. All right, there. Gear, look to your left. I believe in it. That's why I stay away from it. I get it. I get it. I believe in demons. Demons worry me a little bit, but ghosts and stuff, they don't bother me. The lights just went out on your eye. You turned your computer off. Hey, you can visit Rob Motive. He is down there. That's true. I could swing by Rob Motive. He's probably haunted in his own ways. What's up, everybody? What's going on, Mo? How's it going? You didn't miss the giveaway, buddy. I waited. Yo, visit Rob. That would be scary. I know. That's what I'm saying. I've got a place for you to stay. Special rate for you, too. Oops, missed that one. It's all right. I got it. He tried to leave another one. He obviously didn't realize he couldn't leave comments now. Need better mods. 1408, the movie comes to mind. Yeah, I think I remember. Ain't that a movie about a hotel? There's also a haunted hotel in Charleston. There is tons of stuff haunted in Charleston. Tons. So we could go down there and stay a week, and if we get access to this stuff, and I think there's like one specific room in that hotel that's supposed to be haunted. So we could actually rent that hotel room because they will rent it to you. So we could do that. Come on, Rob. I look away 1 minute. I was watching gear. I know. Get the gear. Grab the Glock. Yeah. All right. Giveaway time. How many people's on here? 24. All right. Let's see here. What do I want to pick? Hopefully that's big enough. I may have to write it a little bit bigger. That way everybody can see it. I don't think about it. All right. I got a number. There's 24 of us on here. And I want you guys to pick a number of between 50 and 100 for the hoodie. Hey, go. Number between 50 and 100. Old Chucky Place on the Old Chucky River. Very haunted in Irwin. Really? I did not know that. God, that's close already. Not yet. Not seen it yet. They're probably fixing to start coming in quick here in a minute. Oh my God. Oh, we've got a winner. We got a winner. This is one of the luckiest people I've ever seen in my life. Ever. All right, let me go back and make sure. Yep. I swear this is one of the luckiest people I've ever seen. 74, Mr. Bob Winters. Just won a hoodie. Man, he has won so much stuff guessing numbers. If I was Bob, I would play the lottery daily because my goodness, he wins so much stuff on here. It's like he knew who it was before. Must be right. Was not. Yeah, it was Bob. It was Bob. You're right, man. It was crazy. It's like, no way. I'm telling you, you need to play the lottery. Bob, please email me at gearrunner24@gmail.com right now so I can make sure I get the right address. Put your address in there. And then when you get done, email me. When it finally comes through, it may be a second. I'll ask you to put the last 3 numbers of your zip code on there to make sure it's you, because we all know how this goes. Some people would email me and it wouldn't be Bob. So Bob, email me and let me know when you've emailed. I'll refresh my email and see if it comes through, and then I'll check the last 3. Congratulations, Bob. I didn't mean that in a bad way. I just think it's funny that Bob wins so much. But congratulations, Bob. You won the 12,000 subscriber hoodie. That's awesome. Man, I wish I had Bob's luck. He said, I feel lucky. He said, yes, I was feeling lucky. I was feeling it. You did, man. You got it. Congrats, Bob. What you're lucky for. I know, right? Tell me your lucky 6. I need the lucky 6. I thought it just popped in, but that wasn't it. Let me double check this while I'm on here. I want to keep refreshing. Not yet. See here. I do need to play. Definitely, man. If I want as much stuff guessing numbers as you do, I would play the lottery. Bob said, thanks. Hey, Bob, please email me 6 lotteries. I know it. I know it, right? If I was guessing, if I could guess numbers like Bob does, I would play the lottery constantly and I would quit work. Congrats, Bob. Great job, Bob. Congratulations. I'll play them. I would too, in all seriousness. If he would send me lottery numbers, I would play it. No lie. Let's see here. Bob will win the Charger. Oh, the charging tray. You never know, man. He wins a lot. Bob, at least it's not the hoodie he has on. Nope, it's not the one I have on because I don't want to break up a happy home with this one, Sean. As I said earlier, I know you and Linda would fight. And in East Tennessee, the #1 cause of divorce is only having one Florida hoodie and the couple trying to fight over who gets to wear it. And I wouldn't do that to you because, I love you and Linda to death, and I wouldn't break up a happy home by only giving away one Florida hoodie. So if I ever give away Florida hoodies, I'll have to do 2. All right. All right. What's the last 3 digits, Bob? I just got the email. Throw it on here. Let's make sure it's the right one. Hey, Bob, when you going to Vegas? Is it true, Bob, and you are related? No, but me and Bob are not related. I did go to school with a girl with the last name Winters. Can't remember what her first name was. It's all them concussions I've had. That's it, man. Appreciate it. I got it. Let's plan a trip. Let's do it. I sent my address. Yeah, Vegas. We'd come home and quit our jobs probably. A little off topic, but what do you think about the Tundra JBL audio system? I wish it was louder. I wish I could turn the bass up. All right. My biggest complaint about the JBL system is when I turn up the bass, it don't just turn up the bass on the sub, it turns up the bass on all the speakers. So if I'm listening to like rock or country, I can turn the bass up a little louder. If I jump into something like rap, which I don't listen to a lot of rap, but if it's like R&B, pop, rap, hip hop, something, then the speakers have too much bass in them. And I'm constantly having to adjust my EQ because it doesn't equalize the bass in the right places. That is really the only problem with that. If I could take away all the bass out of the speakers except for the sub, I'd love it because I just turn it up really loud. But my one complaint is I can't turn it up that loud because then it's either going to be all highs or it's going to blow something. That's my only complaint with the JBL system in my truck. I've never had a problem with connectivity. I've never had a problem with anything. It works perfect. As a matter of fact, as soon as I start my truck, basically my phone is connected immediately. It's amazing. Unlike the Jeep, which its Wi-Fi is turd, but I don't have a connectivity problem in the Jeep. It just takes literally like a minute for it to connect. I don't understand. But that's the only thing that I don't like about the JBL system. Awesome. I missed the doggone giveaway. You did, man. You missed it. You was a little late. But welcome. Get a Tundra, we'll travel. Funny thing is, I have a video coming up next week talking about traveling in a Tundra. And the best thing I think there is about it, an overlooked thing that people take for granted that I think is amazing. And that's why I like traveling in the Tundra. Be next week, though. You have to wait. Me too, Bob. Tell me when you're going to Vegas. I'll meet you there. I know, right? Bob will go to Vegas and there'll be 24 people waiting on him in Vegas. Agreed. Crazy thing is, I can't even hear my sub. I can't really hear it either. That's the word. Every once in a while, a song will come on and I'll be able to hear it, but very seldom. That's the only thing I've got against it. And I know you can buy like capacitors that takes the bass out of speakers, but then I'm going to have to take off my door panels and all that. And if I'm going to do all that, I'm just going to replace the speakers, run an amplifier, put a different sub in it, and change everything. And I'm too lazy for that, or I really don't have the time to do it. But if I was going to do all that, that's what I would do anyway, because the capacitors, the closer you get to the speakers, the better they work. I used to install a lot of stereos back in the day, but they're just little bitty capacitors. But if, like I said, if I was going to do that, I'd just replace everything. So I'm just going to deal with it. Hope the new one has a better one. I got a video coming out about the new Tundra too. Did the jacket move or the computer just move. Who knows? Whatever came home with me is probably moving stuff. That'd be cool. God, if that chirp picked up and went somewhere, I'd be like, oh! I'd laugh. I mean, like I said, stuff like that don't bother me. I would think that would be the coolest thing in the world that I caught that on video of that moving. That would just be awesome because this would get a lot of views. Only the end, but it'd get a lot of views. Vegas, baby, Vegas. That's what I'm saying, Smoke. That's what I'm saying, Gene. Vegas. Let's all go to Vegas. We'll wipe them out. Bob will wipe them out. We'll fund Bob and just split the money with him. We'll give Bob all the money, let him get, and then just split it with him. I love driving my Tundra. Me too, Bob. Me too. It's the best vehicle I've ever owned. I do have to say though, I don't drive my Tundra as much as I do my Jeep. My Jeep is my daily driver. I like driving the Jeep as well. I love driving the Jeep. Although my tires, I've not changed them yet. They rub the inner fender. And when I get those new inner fenders in, they won't, but I ain't got time to do it. Stupid daylight savings time. Tidbit, if you refresh the live, commercial plays, everyone refresh now, gear gets paid. Really? I didn't know that. Everybody refresh now, gear gets paid. I like it. Will do with you, Sean. That JBL doesn't sound that much better than the standard. It really doesn't. I've heard the standard. We have a Tundra at work, and I get to drive it quite often. So I've heard it. There's really not that much difference. There's really not. Probably not worth what you pay for it. If it didn't just come with the platinum, probably wouldn't pay the upgrade. If it didn't come with the platinum, I would put my own stereo in it. That would be way better. Which I really like Kenwood stereos. I'm a big fan of Kenwood. I actually put a Kenwood DVD player in the Roush. I've got that video shot like a year ago and never edited it and put it up. But I've got it shot. I put the Jeep that Sean bought. I had a Kenwood in it. I use Kenwood for everything. I've used tons of radios. I've used Alpines, Pioneers, Kenwoods. And what sold me on Kenwood was my first CD player I ever got was a Kenwood when I was 16. That CD player is still in a Frontier and still working today. I've had Alpines go out after like the first year and a half, just quit working. 2 of them in a row, just quit working. I've had bad luck with Pioneer too. So just a heads up from the guy that used to install a bunch of stereos, a ton of stereos. Kenwood's where it's at. I ain't getting paid by them either. I'm looking at adding a sub for my system so I can control the sub separately. I tell you what, there is a company that makes that, and for the life of me, I cannot remember what it is, but there's a company that makes a sub for the Tundra that they say sounds really, really good, and I thought about buying it, but it's pretty expensive, and I just never did pull the trigger on it because I wasn't sure how much the highs would get drowned out if I put a better sub in, so I just never did it, but there's a company out there. Maybe you can Google it. I don't know because I can't remember the name of it. But they say that sub is pretty amazing. And it's basically a plug and play for the Tundra with the JBL system. Totally agree with you about replacing everything, but I think the system should be better, especially to be considered premium. I totally agree. Totally agree. Totally. I've seen trucks with Harman Kardon systems that sound way better than what we have in the JBL. But I've heard Bose systems I wasn't really enthused about either. So I as a car manufacturer in today's time with all the tech and all the crap going on and everybody's all music crazed and stuff, I bet if you polled people and asked them what they would want in a vehicle, if you gave them multiple options and they thought about the stereo, that would be pretty high on the list. So just because you put a brand name in it like JBL or Bose or Harman Kardon or Infinity or whatever it is, they're not buying those manufacturers' top echelon of speakers. They're buying the lower end stuff and they're buying it in bulk because it's not going to handle the wattage of the top tier stuff is. I think that's going to be a video. I'm going to do a video about that. I just thought y'all heard it here first. I'm doing a rant video about what they should do with stereos in there. But I'll go ahead and tell you, I think they should have an option where you can buy a better stereo because I think a lot of people do it. Because a lot of people like stereos upcoming video, just throwing that out there. It just hit me. There'll be a rant video about that. I'll go a little more in depth than I did here. A little sample. It's coming. It's coming. Let's see here. I'll take the blackjack table. Yep, just did it, and a commercial played. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I'll try that in yours next time. I did not know that. Sometimes I have to exit out and answer a text and come back, and a video plays when I come back. So sometimes you get paid 3 or 4 times, you get paid 3 or 4 times I'm watching, because sometimes I got to go out and come back answering text messages and stuff. I'm a fan of the Kenwood units as well. I've had great luck out of the Kenwood units. Great luck. Put a Kenwood in my 400 last year. Love it. Yeah, I've never had a bad problem with Kenwood. And I put the ones in that have the Bluetooth, and everything works great. I've just never had an issue with them. Love the one in the Mustang. What little bit I drove it. I probably drove the thing twice since I put it in. I said a year ago. It was probably 6 months ago. I probably drove the car twice since then. No, I need to have it aligned. Just found out it's out of line. I'm actually thinking, and my wife's on board with this, and I'm not decided that I'm going to do it. I'd really like to sell that one and buy a Shelby. I don't want to get rid of the Mustangs. I love Mustangs. But you can buy like a Shelby GT 500, like a 2011 for around low mileage for low 30s, like 30, 31 now. They've got 550, 60 horsepower-ish. You can change the pulley on the supercharger. They make one for it and put a smaller belt on it and get over 600 out of it, and it's stable at that. The only problem I've seen with that is sometimes the belt slips on the smaller pulleys if you really get on it hard, which could be an issue for battery charging and stuff. But I'm not saying I would do that, but I might. But I'd really like to have something faster. That's the only complaint I have against mine. And I know that I could put a supercharger on it and get up to like 500 horsepower, but I could sell the car, and for the same price that I could buy the supercharger to put on it, I could buy a Shelby that was newer with probably less miles, or for a couple $1,000s more, I could buy a Shelby that's newer with less miles and would already have more horsepower. And a Shelby is always going to be worth more than a Roush. That's just the way it is. It's always, Shelby's iconic. I'm mulling that over. I probably won't try anything like that until the fall, because there's not a lot of people looking for Mustangs in the winter, but probably be around fall or so. There's a big Mustang show like Ponies in the Smokies. There's usually like 1,000 to 1,500 people up there, or cars, not people, but cars. There's way more people than that. In Pigeon Forge, I may take it up there and set it out and try to sell it, and then try to buy a Shelby after that. But I love the way the Shelby looks. I'd like to have something with more power. And like I said, a stock Shelby versus that is 200 and almost 50 horsepower, 230 horsepower or so between them, give or take. So it's a lot more. A lot more. Oh, man, we lost a lot right here. Okay, put a Kenwood in 400. The Kenwood Bluetooth and the Jeep picks up better than the Tundra. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I've never had an issue with anything Kenwood. Kenwood is top notch. I was thinking of putting an amp in my Tundra, but don't know much about stereos. I think you can put them in with the stock head unit, but anytime I installed amps, I always change my head unit. So I'm not 100% sure how to install an amp with a stock unit. I know it's possible, but you have to splice into some wires and stuff. You're probably just better off putting an aftermarket head unit in as well, make your life a whole lot easier. I bought a 2006 Impala SS with a 5.3 liter V8 with 91,000 miles for $850. And it drives and runs fine and came with a safety certificate. What? $850? That's a good buy. That's a good buy. The manufacturing companies are adding cheap speakers from the name brand. Yeah, that's what it is. They're just buying the low end of the version of the speaker and then advertising that you've got JBL. Yeah, you got JBL's budget system. In my opinion, I think that's what they're doing, because you could stick 300 watts of that and it ain't gonna take it. Yo, dude, what's up? Board Woodworker, what is up, Brian? How's it going, buddy? Gave you a shout out earlier, but you missed it. But I did do it. Jeff Gosnell. Taco Tunes seems to have a slick system. I believe they're located in Texas. That might be who it is. I can't remember who it was had that, but that's kind of sounds right. Don't do it if the wife is on. Don't do it if the wife is on board. Huh? Don't do what? What am I not supposed to do? She's on board with the Mustang. She actually said you're buying that for me, right? I've had several Nissan products with Bosch products, and they've all sucked. Too tiny sound. I know it. I know it, man. I know it. The Shelbys are awesome. Can't beat the power and the sound. Ain't that what Brother Bob has? Don't he have a Shelby GT 500, or am I smoking crack on that? Buying a Cadillac CTS-V this Saturday. Wow, that's going to be a beast. In case y'all don't know, the Cadillac CTS-V has about, I'm not mistaken, it's around 550 horsepower too. Is that right? I know I'm in the ballpark, but there's one of them here that's straight piped. Thing sounds mean. God, it sounds mean. There's a GTO here too, the straight pipe, that sounds like a beast. And he must have just got on at work or something, because it was in the parking lot the other day. I didn't hear it, but I seen it in the parking lot. So he must have just got on. Shelby is kind of overrated, but Shelbys are cool though. They're fast. They're fast. Straight out of the box. Here goes the Roush. Let me know. Get someone in mind already at work. I don't have anyone in mind at all. This just hit me last week. I've thought about selling it and buying so many other things and doing this, that, and other. And I love the Mustang. We've always been a Mustang family. And I know I made the video where I couldn't get rid of it, but if I'm getting rid of it for another Mustang, then especially if it's a upgraded Mustang, then I can probably let it go for that. That's, you know, I can probably part ways with it for that. But it just hit me last week. Started looking them up. Here's the crazy thing. There are 3 Shelbys that I would consider buying over my Roush. They're all same year, but I guess I should say color schemes. I hate red cars. I'm not a big fan of red cars, but the red with white stripes I love, because that is the iconic GT 500 from the 60s. You see a bunch of them red with white stripes. I don't know what it is about that. I love the iconic look, and that is one of them. The white with blue stripes, you see a lot of them back in the 60s. That is another one. And the blue with white stripes is another one. Those are the only 3. I've seen a solid black one. As much as I like black, not in it for that. Seen like a charcoal gray with black stripes. No. Seen a black with red stripes. No. There's only 3 that I'd be willing to do something with, and it's those 3 right there. All right, what we got here? Sean, I'm going to ship the sample soon. New video coming to explain my absence very soon. Nice. I know me and Edge stay. Hey, the board wood. Thank you very much, Edge. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Everybody, again, go check out the Board Woodworker. He has a great channel. Has a really nice Tundra, except for all that chrome. He really likes chrome, and the truck is nice, even with the chrome. Love the wood grain steering wheel stuff. But he's got a woodworking channel, and he just made a an island top and countertop, and it looked amazing. And I'm glad you got that done. I know we was talking on the phone that one night, and you wasn't really wanting to get in there and do it, but it looked really good. Came out awesome. Where we at? Read that. It jumped on me again. Read that. Smoke, message me or watch my video. Sounds great, Brian. Whenever. Yep. I got a steal. You did get a steal. Have some high-speed fun with it. Be careful. Don't do anything I used to do. Sean would like a full-size board or small assortment. Yep, he does. I've driven it several times, and it's a blast. Yes, and you can make the. All right, nothing in this. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing. Nothing sounds as good as like a 5.0 V8 Mustang, or just a Mustang in general. oh my gosh, you just straight pipe those things or put like some kind of Flowmaster or something on them or Borla or something. Oh my gosh, you just can't beat the sound of a V8 Mustang. You just can't do it. It's amazing. Yo Rob Motive, Yo Edge, what's up again? Brian, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. It is greatly appreciated, buddy. Thank you. Hey Brian, how's it going? Probably a big board, more useful to us, but anything is awesome. Thanks. Awesome Smoke, how are you? And with that, we've been on here over an hour tonight. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for getting me past the 12,000 subscriber mark so quickly. That is amazing. Congratulations again to Bob on winning the hoodie. And like I said, as soon as we get to 13,000 subscribers, that charging tray is on its way. So again, let's catch up real quick. Well, I got up to the devil's speed, but I didn't private road, Mexico. And calm down. You are going to have an aneurysm. Thanks, Andy. Good evening. You have a great evening too, Bob. At night, Big Daddy. You not night, Rob. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Everybody go check out Rob Motive. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What's up? I will send a DM of it. Send me one, man. I like to see it. Again, I appreciate y'all being here. I love you guys. Have a safe week. Have a good weekend watching the Super Bowl. And we'll see you next time.